It's a real pleasure to be here, and thank you to ACEEE for hosting the event and hosting it in such a beautiful place. Kudos for that. It's a pleasure to be among established leaders such as Brian and Mary and Jeff up here in this panel, and Jeff, future established leaders of infrastructure banks. Look forward to seeing the developments here. I'm Alfred Griffin, president of New York Green Bank. The New York Green Bank is a $1 billion state-sponsored specialty finance company. Our capitalization is primarily via New York's Clean Energy Fund, which is primarily funded with ratepayer charges. We are the primary financing vehicle under Governor Cuomo's energy transition in the state of New York, and we seek to bring more private capital into the clean energy markets in New York. And we do this by working in partnership with the private sector to identify and alleviate financing gaps to accelerate deployment of clean energy. Each investment we make is expected to return our capital, and we're expected to receive a return on our capital. Everything we do is expected to result in financing market transformation, meaning pulling more private capital into the marketplace, and everything we do is expected to reduce greenhouse gases in the state of New York. We don't fund operating expenditures and manufacturing expenditures. Instead, we fund the deployment of clean energy infrastructure assets like solar, wind, energy efficiency, CHP, and storage. And we truly seek to be responsive to private market participants. So those in the private sector in the audience that are with ESCOs or technology providers or developers or financial institutions, we want to hear from you how we can help you do more in the state. We can be very flexible as to the types of roles we play. We can be a guarantor of financing. We can be a project capital provider. We can provide capital to fund a portfolio of smaller distributed projects, as Jeff mentioned, warehousing. We can provide short-term construction finance or long-term finance. Again, it depends on the situation and the barrier that we're trying to overcome. We can fund or guarantee debt, and we can provide credit support to tax equity. We can support deployment strategies related to all types of end users, including residential, commercial and industrial, MUSH, and communities. To date, we've closed 8 transactions, 2 supporting residential solar PPA organizations, one where we provide a financing for a residential solar loan product, one where we're providing financing for commercial and industrial solar PPA approaches. We're providing credit enhancement for commercial PACE in the state. We're providing construction finance for small-scale wind. We're providing credit enhancement for a residential energy efficiency loan product and finance for a pay-as-you-save energy efficiency finance program. We have a number of energy efficiency transactions that we've been heavily involved with that are more institutional in scale, larger commercial properties, healthcare institutions, etc. But these projects take time, as I know many in the audience know better than I. But we will have some announcements in the coming months in this regard. So specifically today, I'll be discussing primarily our roles in the residential loan energy efficiency program with Renew Financial and in a pay-as-you-save approach with SEALED